How do I explain to my son that my husband and I are okay with him being gay when we don't know for sure if he's accepted himself? Hello all. Just to be clear, my husband, 50M, and I, 47F, are not homophobic in any way. We're simply unsure of the correct way to approach our son about this. This all started a year ago when my now 15 son had just turned 14. It was summertime and my son was enrolled in a lacrosse camp. One day he comes back from camp and tells me he met a boy from another team named Marcus, fake name. My husband and I are excited to hear that he's making friends. I suggest that he should invite Marcus over one day. My son seems happy to hear this and they start to hang out a lot over the summer. Now we're about a month into the summer and I'm cleaning out my son's room while he's at camp and I notice that his computer is open and unlocked on his desk. I try my best not to be a snoopy mother, but since it was just sitting there, I thought I might just take a look and make sure he's being safe. We had just recently given him some social apps, such as Pinterest, Instagram, and Snapchat. I just wanted to check to make sure he wasn't doing anything that could be possibly dangerous. The first thing I see when I open up Safari is 3 tabs. One is to an article about a bunch of pride flags, one is to a quiz to determine your gaydar, still not sure what that is, and the third is a YouTube video about some YouTubers' journey coming out of the closet. At first, I was pretty confused and unsure what this meant. I called my husband into the room and showed him the tabs. He just sighed and brushed it off. My husband then explained to me that he did the same thing when he was a boy. It seems that many teenagers will experiment around this age to try and figure out things about themselves. So both of us just brushed it off as normal teenage behavior. Well, next thing we know, Marcus and my son are hanging out almost every other day. If they're not hanging out together, they're texting or calling. I mentioned to my husband that I feel like our son and Marcus have grown very close in a short period of time. He agrees with me, but also notes that it's perfectly healthy and they're both good kids, so we should give them time to hang out and have fun. I 100% agree with this, but I've always been a bit protective of my son and I just want to make sure that he and Marcus aren't going to have a bad fallout that leaves him super upset. So both of us are giving them space to hang out and have fun this summer. But I'm making sure to keep a bit of an eye on them. The first time I noticed that my son and Marcus may be dating was when I came downstairs into our kitchen one night when they were having a sleepover to find them cuddling on the couch. Marcus had his head on my son's chest, and my son had his legs wrapped around Marcus's torso. This wasn't just some kind of position where it might have looked like they were sitting close to each other. They were very obviously cuddling and even holding hands. I quietly returned to my room and explained to my husband what I saw. My husband agreed with me and noticed that our son and Marcus had been getting very close lately. Neither of us were very surprised to find this as we kind of expected it. We decided to let it play out quietly and see if they would come to us first. We had no clue how long they had been hiding this relationship or if they were even officially dating yet. Now they are both 15 and it's been about a year since they met each other. They still haven't come to us to talk and I don't know Marcus's parents' stance on this topic, so I don't want to bring it up to them and potentially cause Marcus any trouble at home. Now my husband and I are pretty sure they're dating as we've seen them cuddling multiple times and even caught them kissing once when they thought they weren't being watched. Neither my husband or I are opposed to our son being gay or to our son having a boyfriend/girlfriend, but I'd really like him to come to us and tell us first. Even if I have to go to them and talk privately with Marcus and my son. I'd rather do that sooner than later and have this conversation with them so they can understand we accept and love them. I also feel like we're intruding on their privacy and they would have more freedom and privacy if they could tell us. Any advice would help, thank you. Final update, I read as many of your comments as I could and sat down with my husband to talk about what to do. We ended up just quietly bringing up to my son in the middle of lunch conversation that I had a friend who had just started dating his boyfriend and wanted us all to meet him. True information, I was told this a few weeks ago. This family friend is a classmate from college that my husband and son know well. My husband made a few comments about how happy he was for said friend. Our son made a few nice comments but didn't say much for the rest of dinner. About an hour ago, my son came forward to me and my husband and explained that he thought he might be gay or bisexual and he wasn't sure. He explained to me that Marcus's parents were pretty homophobic, so after hearing Marcus's fears about coming out to his parents, my son got scared as well. He and Marcus are not officially dating because they weren't quite sure what to do or how to move forward. I came clean to my son that I happened to see his computer and saw him multiple times with Marcus. My son was understandably upset at first but said that he was glad I made the subtle comment at lunch as it gave him a way to open up to me. I explained to him that if he's comfortable, and Marcus is comfortable, we should have a conversation with Marcus to try and figure out how to help Marcus talk to his parents about this issue. Thank you everyone for your comments and support. We believe we did the best thing for our son. If I have any further updates I will make sure to post them.